This is Ken Williams and his wife, Roberta. Based in LA, Ken had just started a computer consulting business called Online Systems. And then one day, he bought his own computer, along with a computer game.
Roberta started playing it, and she got really, really hooked. And after she got hooked, she said, you know, I could do that. And it turned out that she could not only do it, she could do it brilliantly.
In 1980, she started writing her own game, Mystery House.
The adventure game genre really developed around what the PC was capable of, which was exploration and storytelling. You could type in walk left and you would get a description of, okay, now you're in the field. It was all text-based.
An avid movie lover, Roberta loved visuals and insisted the game would be more fun if there were pictures to go along with it.
She couldn't understand why the hardware at the time couldn't do the things that she wanted done. And so she would just say, Ken, you've got to make this happen. And somehow Ken would work on it and figure it out, some kind of thing, and make it happen. Because of her, Ken created this software program that allowed them to store hundreds of graphic screens on one single floppy disk. And they produced the first adventure game for the Apple II that had graphics.
They would take these games in a baggie and they'd drive them around California and have computer shops sell them. And that got successful, and that became their company.
Ken and Roberta sold 80,000 copies of Mystery House. More games started coming. Some were originals, some adaptations of arcade titles. They also moved their office out of the LA kitchen and into a building just outside Yosemite National Park. Name change time, too. The company became Sierra Online. Then IBM knocked on the new office door. They wanted a game for their new consumer machine, the PC Junior. Roberta came up with King's Quest, a fantasy adventure game filled with knights, treasures, and puzzles. It also let gamers play from a third-person perspective, controlling and moving a character inside a physical world. A first for adventure games.
My first experience with King's Quest was just a revelation. It was kind of a very, very early form of virtual reality, that I was the main character and I was actually creating the story as I went along. I thought that was very exciting as a storyteller and very compelling for me as a gamer.
Like the movie biz, success brought sequels, and a few spin-offs, too. With each game, Roberta's vision expanded, and Ken had to think fast to keep up with it.
She said, well, I want color. And he said, well, Apple only has 6 colors, and they're kind of weird. And she said, well, make more than that. And so he did. She wanted sound. So he convinced Roland to produce a MIDI board and a sound card so that PCs could have music soundtracks. Because of them, the sound cards really came into the PC world.
And like Nintendo with Mario, Ken and Roberta knew continuing characters like Leisure Suit Larry could be just as lucrative as franchise titles.
The first Leisure Suit Larry game had a very simple plot. You were a 39-year-old Virgin software salesman in Las Vegas for one night and hoping to lose your virginity. And you could do that through a variety of means, none of which were very sexy or stimulating, but were funny. That's what made it successful. It was a risque title.